Hello, friends. Welcome back to Sunday Shenanigans with me, your host, Trevor Stewart 1308, and we are here with the Peanut Gallery. Hi.
Greetings.
And we will be playing along with NPR's Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me this week with, hold on. This week with guests Niki Russ Federman and Josh Russ Tupper. But first, we will do our ad read. Today's pre-rolls brought to you by The Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, 105 West Main Street, on the downtown mall, above the bricks, Suite 200. A great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds. A bud, and the only thing better than their bud is their customer service. Also, they have the lowest prices in town, according to my own personally highly biased research, by which I mean I was incredibly high when I did my biased research. Don't forget to check the website for times and events such as Frosty Fridays, where you can find our other two sponsors, Firehouse, where there's smoke, there's Firehouse, and Kush Gang, purveyors of very fine edibles and drinkables. You can also find Kush Gang on Instagram at KGSnacks434. Check them out. The website for The Hidden Leaf is thehiddenleafcville.com. That's thehiddenleaf, all one word, .com. A note of disclaimer. You will probably hear political opinions in the show today. Those opinions and any opinions you hear herein are the opinions of the expressor, ourselves, the channel, and or the parent company, but not necessarily the opinions of any of our advertisers, including Hidden Leaf, Firehouse, and Kush Gang. Yeah, that's the ad read. We do want to start today with something a little serious. I know we had a pretty serious show yesterday too, so we're gonna... But hopefully it will get a lot lighter as we get into Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. But to start the show, I want to once again read this icy conditions warning for Charlottesville. Ice conditions in Charlottesville. According to some communities supporting meteorologists, there's icy conditions for the next 21 days at the Sleep Inn on 5th Street. Let your friends know that the ice might spread to the downtown mall in particular over the next few weeks, and remind them to stay off the street to not slip and fall. Also, make sure to honk at night when passing by to make sure people in the area are aware of the hazard and don't slip. I really kind of wish we had, I wish we had those little booklets to hand out. I wish we'd made some of those little booklets to hand out about what to do if you are directly in contact with icy conditions, how to stay safe when icy conditions find you. Unfortunately, we don't. But do remember, don't be violent. Try to gather a crowd. Be loud, gather a crowd. And there's another one. Something about stick with your friends. I think unfortunately, my memory is... Well, it's my memory, so... So yes, friends, in Charlottesville, be aware of icy conditions. It would be neat to name, like you had just mentioned, it would be neat to name a snowplow icebreaker. And
It'd
that
be a
way,
real conversation starter.
it would be. And you'd know who the problem was because they're the people getting angry at it. So we are currently trying to fill time until the ASOC prod can hop into the chat. She is off doing good deeds and will be able to join in a bit. So we are trying to fill some time. So what do we think about Marjorie Taylor Greene quitting Congress? Did we talk? You weren't here yesterday. I can get your opinion even if we did talk about it yesterday.
It is interesting to see Magic the Gathering go.
Yes.
It is also interesting that I've seen multiple sources, and I'm certain you've stated this as well, how her entire time, ever since shortly before January 6th, 2021, or 2020, whatever, her entire time in Congress, she has never felt threatened or anything, but the moment she starts yelling against the orange, she gets a personal security detail.
Yeah. No, I hadn't actually. If we talked about it, I didn't talk about it yesterday. I think I briefly mentioned that this may be a setup for run for president. But no, that is. I do think that's very interesting. The she's finally seeing what other members of Congress, why other members of Congress have been supportive of Trump. I do think we talked about the cracks in the Republican Party starting to show, the cracks between the regular Republican Party and then the 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 MAGA base. Do you think that now that the power structure is starting to crack apart, do you think that someone is going to start doing something about these threats? Do you think that these forms of political violence are going to start getting cracked down upon?
Possibly, or it might just amp up.
If it amps up, it's going to end up getting cracked down upon. In one way or another, it will end up getting, at least I'm pretty sure that, like, it'll either do that or the entire system will crumble. And I'm not betting on the system crumbling. You funny. You funny. I don't know. I think we can say that out loud. It
You know
should be.
what? I have no idea what you're talking about.
It should be Naga. Nazi America gathers again. I like that. That's a good one. I like that. So yeah, I think the Republican Party is going to start eating itself. I think if the political violence ramps up, eventually, both sides will be so against it that they will crack down on it. I mean, it really sort of has to start happening to the right Republicans for the crackdown to start. Either that or the current head of the Republican Party has to change because the violence is coming from the supporters of the head of the Republican Party. But I do think that we're going to start seeing, especially as we get closer and closer to the next general election, between the midterms and the general election, we're going to start seeing the power structure really crumble. And I think we're going to see this political violence the threats of violence are probably going to amp up while the actual violence is going to slow down. And I think that's because people are going to start doing stuff about the threats of violence. I think the last vestiges of Congress, not the last vestiges, but the last several members of the Republican caucuses in Congress are getting fed up with being threatened and starting to go, wait a second, there are more of us than there are of him. We can do something about this. So we'll see how it goes, but I am foretelling now the crumbling of the current incarnation of the Republican Party by the general election. And I think that Marjorie Taylor Greene leaving Congress is part of that.
Interesting to see the numbers on the special election that happens.
It will be. It will be. She's in a very deep red district. So this, it's highly unlikely that a Democrat's going to take her seat. But what we might see is the shift from MAGA to a more middle of the road Republican candidate. So
the problem with declaring a district deeply red or anything, or deeply blue or anything like that, is we're lazy. Once someone gets into that office, and if we go to the polls, we're more likely to vote for the incumbent unless there's something very specific that we have an issue with. And she's like, oh, it's her again. I don't like her, but I don't know this other person. Okay, check.
I mean, yeah, we are lazy. And that is why incumbents tend to win. And that's why entrenched red districts tend to stay red. It is very hard to unseat an incumbent. I think another part of that is the people who support the incumbent have more energy to come out and vote than people who don't. There is, along with our laziness, there's a lack of will to change things. Um, we do. It's sort of like election fatigue. We don't feel, we run out of energy to just keep going with these electoral politics. The election season. Now that the election season is 4 years long, people are, by the time the general comes around, people are exhausted, don't have the energy to go vote. And, the midterms can be very much the same. I think special elections. I don't know if special elections are different or not.
I think special elections are usually someplace where you get an actual opinion of the people, because it is brought to everybody's attention. This has changed. We have no choice but to change it. Here are your two choices on how to change it. Two to whatever many choices. It's either a yes and no, a Republican or Democrat, or possibly an independent or a third party or multiple of whatever party.
Right.
Because with the special election, there is no primary, so everybody runs at it.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see how this special election goes too. When you put it in those terms, I see exactly what you mean about how this is sort of more like the will of the people. People are going to be more, people might feel like engagement is more mandatory.
I don't exactly
Or not
expect there to be
mandatory, but you don't exactly expect there to be.
a higher voter turnout than usual, but I expect the people who do turn out to be more informed and more invested in the options.
Okay. Okay.
Like, there were a number of options on this year's ticket that I had to vote on.
Mm.
I had no clue. I had no cause to look into until I saw them on the ticket. I'm just like, okay, I either leave these blank and and don't either taint it or make the wrong decision, or I make a decision hoping that maybe a quote unquote affiliation attached to their name means something.
Right.
That is, if it is even a position that they list an affiliation for.
Right. Or someone who's willing to list their affiliation. And that's, I kind of had hoped that we would manage to clear up some of that, mystery of who those people were. But we didn't.
Also, a number of the options on my ticket were school board and such related officials. One,
Wow.
I had no idea who any of these people are. Two, it is such a position that they're not going to list the affiliation
Right.
on the ballot. And three, I don't have any children, so even though I have a vested interest in it going one way or the other, or another way, I have, I have a definite opinion on how children should be educated. I'm not entirely certain I have a right to vote on that.
On that last point, I argue that we all have a right to vote on that because we all, in the immediate sense, have to live with what children are like. I mean, we can't just not live with kids in the society. Like, they're gonna be part of society no matter what.
As yesterday's stream proved.
Yes. But also, from a perspective of looking at the future, even if you don't have a child, do you believe that your life is going to be long enough that, the next generation's going to be running things before you're dead? And
Not the way things are going in the political system nowadays.
I mean, fair
Working
enough.
Methuselahs.
Fair enough. But also, do you want? And this comes down to a very, sort of almost personal. I mean, I do mean personal, very personal, almost belief structure about society. Do you want society to do better in the future than it is doing now? And I don't just mean because, society is crumbling around our ears, but I also mean in a general sense. If you want society to progress, even if we were doing fine now, and you still wanted society to do better in the future, then taking an active interest in what's being taught to children is taking an active interest in how you want society to be at a later point.
I understand, and for the most part, very much agree with you.
Right.
But unfortunately, my previous qualifications for not filling out those bubbles still stand. Of I have no idea who these people are and what they stand for.
Yeah, that I believe is completely fair. And when it comes to, especially when it comes to school board, I, if you don't know, I believe there is no shame in not filling it out and being like, I don't feel like I have, you know, because as we have seen, a bad a, ba- a bad politician can ruin a lot of things. You know, as far as school board elections go, we really concentrated on Sarah Johnson. But that wasn't the school board position in your community. That was the one here in my community. And I want to say, I think she did something really smart with her campaign poster. She chose as her running color purple. A very neutral purple. Equally as red as blue. And I thought, smart. Unfortunately, the other guy chose green and white like a chalkboard, which I also thought kind of smart.
She chose purple, so it could be easily read. That way, she wouldn't make sure that she didn't blue it.
Yep. That's the one. So that's the, yeah. I do feel like we're seeing more engagement at elections this time around. That has been up, and that we may see higher voter turnouts. I know in Virginia, the early voting, being able to do the early voting has been very, has made voter turnout go way up. You know, it's been,
Yeah, it allows for the blue collar and service industry to actually weigh in.
mm-hmm. I feel like I hear a fan in the background here, but I'm not sure if you guys can hear it.
You might be hearing me scraping away at the gunk in my keyboard currently.
No. It was definitely. Oh, I know what it is. Oh well.
Cat?
No, dehydrator. Or not dehydrator, dehumidifier.
Dehumidifier.
I mean, they are
It is a
dehydrators.
dehydrator. Just
Huh?
for you.
Right.
It is a dehydrator just for you.
I mean, it's trying its best. This is. Aha! There you are. We are joined by the ASOC Prod Cat.
Hang on.
Hello.
There we go.
Did we talk yesterday about Marjorie Taylor Greene leaving Congress?
We briefly mentioned it, but we didn't actually talk about it in any real depth because the show was starting to run kind of long.
Okay. Well, we just discussed it, so
That's cool. Hey, it got discussed. That's all that
it
matters.
got discussed.
It really was disgusting.
The what? The ASOC Prod, associate producer. That is what we call Cat. Yeah,
You call me many things.
I do. Oh, friend who shoots me in the back.
I have not shot you in the back. I shot you in the ass. There's a difference.
I shot you in the back and in the face.
See? There's a difference.
No wonder I don't trust very many people.
Yes, with friends like us.
MTG, residing among death threats in the MAGA GOP, turning their backs on her proves my long-standing point. Which one? Oh, by the way, hi, Maddie. Great to see you. Yeah. So my take on that, by the way, on the violence, and I said this earlier, what is that? Oh, here we go. That any conservative GOP woman and minorities are only allowed to be a member and even succeed as long as they do not push their own agendas, goals, and ambitions and agency. 100%. Candace Owens. I feel like she's a good example of that. She was allowed to be as anti-Semitic as she wanted. She was given platform to be anti-Semitic as well as other minorities. But as soon as she turned on Israel, she was nixed. She was done. She was gone. They're only allowed to succeed as long as they're pushing the careers and successfulness for other men or the GOP party itself. Exactly. As soon as anybody in a minority position strays from the white supremacist message, the Christian nationalist white supremacist message, they are cut. They're pushed out. At best, at worst, well, let's see what happens to Marjorie Taylor Greene. The approved talking points, yeah. They can only be cheerleaders, never quarterbacks, and God forbid, coaches. Yep. And
I
that's
don't know. Most of them get the positions because they're tight ends.
there's so much wrong with that. I can't help laugh.
Exactly why I said it that way.
Y'all are terrible.
Oh
Yes, I
yeah.
am.
Yeah. So Trevor, don't try and expand on that joke. Trevor's brain, stop.
No. Trevor's brain, go.
Tight end is not a quarterback or coach, so the point still stands. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, well.
I mean, the really lucky ones are the receivers.
I mean, generally speaking.
That's why he became president. Big, beautiful Bill. Wow, Trevor. Wow. Say less.
What the fuck did she just say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't turn that up for you, Kat.
That's okay.
What the fuck did she just say?
Yeah, we do need that one, don't we?
Yup. Bobert shaking in her 6-inch pumps. Yeah. Yeah, she is. Well, but I think less so now. Because what this all led me to was that the cracks are showing in the structures of power there, and that the threats are starting to carry less weight. Save me, Beetlejuice, Daddy.
I mean, when you keep threatening people over and over and over, eventually, it's like telling a little kid, if you touch that, I'm going to throw it away. So they keep touching it and never throw it away, and they're like, it has no consequence.
Right.
Yeah. At some point, if you keep up a high level of threat, people are going to get used to it and be like, no, we don't care at this point. We're just going to do what we're going to do.
Right.
I think part of the problem is the severity of the threat. They didn't just start with, oh, I will cut funding, or I will not support, or I will publicly work against you. No. They started with, your life is over.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, when you start with the big threat, it's hard to go anywhere from there. You've already jumped the shark. Arnolda, thank you. Welcome in. First time chatter. Wow, that hit back. That hit had a hit in it.
That wasn't my fault.
No, you did not make me laugh mid-hit. So MAGA is cracking over big structural problems that go beyond these spats. I agree with that, Maddie. But the biggest reasons are Epstein, the economic problems, and even private ICE to a much lesser extent. I think so. I think the economic problems are what are really going to separate the constituencies from the politicians. I think that the Epstein files are what's going to really sort of start to crack the Republican Party itself apart. And Ernalda, lovely to have you. Thank you. Government draconian issues, yes. And the GOP is the Trump party. Well, I think we're going to see that separate again. Now that Trump is losing his, his power, his cult of personality is starting to break apart and dissolve. I mean, he's going to maintain a cult of personality, but it can't be the same size. And as that happens, the rest of the GOP has to look at what it means to be in a post-Trump Republican Party. But now they just saw MTG get chainsawed, yeah, so they're going to push back a bit and be more subtle. Yup. Trump's family runs the GOP party. Only currently. Only currently. He's not just a one-person cult of personality. No, but I think without him, the cult of personality is gonna crumble. Like, whatever the cult is gonna crumble. Unless he goes a martyr's death.
What you looking for?
I'm looking. Oh, there it is. That little thing, pinky thing.
Pinky thing?
Aw.
No. That little thing. Okay.
But also the fact that even though there's sort of a bulwark around him of other cult of personality,
Oh, yeah.
I see that.
I think once the power's gone, the power base is gone, it will
Here, I brought you some
separate from him.
coffee. I have got.
Yeah, thank
What I
you.
mean is the Trump
got a call
family
that I'm
is an
making in the
extension
other
of him
room,
and
so
his
I will be
power
back
base.
shortly.
Yeah, they
You
are.
going to leave me?
No, I'm making a phone call.
Oh, I got
As soon
you.
as Trump dies, the vultures will pick the corpse of the
No,
mega cult.
no.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be ugly to watch.
It's going to
When
take a little
that
bit.
happens,
I
that's
will
gonna
wander
be
through while I'm on the phone and check on you.
when that happens, that's gonna be ugly to watch, and it's gonna be interesting to see who comes away with the money. As that happens, it's gonna be interesting to see who benefits. Ha! Okay, thank you, Peanut Gallery. Gentle reminder that we're here to play the game. You think Tucker?
Not so.
Huh? I think I'm not ready to say who I think is going to come away with the money yet. I have to see who looms big over the next 3 years. I'm going to say it's probably Bezos. But now that we have covered all of this time, and we have the ASOC Prod Cat back with us, we are here to actually play along with NPR's Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. It's only
Lies.
50. What?
Lies.
It's only 50 minutes in. We're not doing too bad. This is pretty normal for us.
We've done far worse.
We have. Usually Lockpick has been involved in that, though. Vance will get punted too. Oh, yeah. Vance does not have what it takes to run this. All right. Everybody clicked on the shared screen.
Handshakes, and the handshakes are like 20.
Oops, wrong button. There we go.
This message comes from Vital Farms, who
Can
works
everybody
with
hear?
small American farms to bring you pasture-raised eggs. Click the play button to hear from pasture-raised egg farmer Tanner Pace, who shares the sights and sounds he and his hens experience on the rolling hills of his family farm in southern Missouri.
I agree that Vance
Support
lacks...
for this podcast and the following message come from the Southern Environmental Law Center and its podcast.
Easy Chicago, this is Wade.
I do agree that Vance lacks the charm and charisma and force of personality. And that makes him more dangerous because he'll have to use more forceful means if he wants to retain his power. Yeah. He can't be gone. He'll be... Vance is so gone as soon as Trump is. Can't be gone. He'll be POTUS as soon as Trump is gone. I mean, if Trump dies in office, he'll be POTUS. But I think we'll see him not be able to maintain that. And I think he will be a puppet head. I think Congress will turn on him. I think Congress will be what tears him apart. A slight version of Stalin. Yeah, that makes sense. All I have to say to counter that is Pence. Fair point. All right, on to the game.
Wait, don't tell me. The NPR News Quiz. I'm the voice so intoxicating you need to stop operating heavy machinery.
Very good, Bill.
Bill Curtis, and here is your host at the Studebaker Theater in the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everybody. We got a great show for you today, but first, Thanksgiving is coming up on Thursday, and we want to take this opportunity to remind you you have
Pence
just
did go
a few
against
days
Trump.
left to come
Well,
up with a
only a little.
single thing to be thankful for this
Only
year.
in that last moment.
How about K-pop Demon Hunters? That was pretty good, right? We'll think of something. One thing you could be thankful for every year is Bagels and Lox, which is why we'll be talking to the owners of Russ and Daughters, a legendary Jewish food shop in New York's Lower East Side. But first, we want to serve you up some tidbits from the news. Give us a call at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Let's welcome our first listener contestant. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, this is Tracy Kinchelow from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, I love
Hi,
Louisville. What do you do
Tracy.
there?
I'm a middle school teacher.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
God. Bless you.
You are the bravest of the brave to voluntarily enter a middle school.
What grade do you teach, Tracy? 6, 7? Which one?
Oh my God. Today was the 67th day of school.
Oh, no, sorry.
You're a saint.
Well, welcome to our show, Tracy. Let me introduce you to our panel this week. First up, her comedy album, Yell Joy, is available on Blonde Medicine and your favorite streaming platform. It's Joyelle Nicole Johnson.
Hi, Joyelle.
Next, a contributor to CBS Sunday Morning and host of the Audible original Envy Enlightened, it's Faith Saley.
Hey,
Hi, Tracy.
Faith.
I have 2 middle schoolers, so thank you for your service.
And we are delighted to welcome back to our show comedian and author of Is It Heaven Here or Am I Suffering for All Eternity for the Sins I Committed on Earth? It's Zach Zimmerman.
Hey, Zach.
Hi, Tracy. I'm not allowed around middle schools anymore.
Yeah.
Well, Tracy, welcome to the show. You're going to play Who's Bill this time. Bill Curtis is going to read you 3 quotations from this week's news. If you can correctly identify or explain just 2 of them, you'll win our prize. Any voice from our show you might choose for your voicemail. Are you ready to go?
I think so.
Okay, your first quote is from a 40-year-old NBA superstar right after making sports history this week.
That just made my back hurt.
So, what Los Angeles Laker has now played in more NBA seasons than anyone else ever?
LeBron James.
I would love to be an NBA fan, but the season is entirely too long. Was it LeBron James?
It was LeBron James, yes.
Okay.
On Tuesday night, LeBron James broke an NBA record when he started his 23rd season in the league. I know you were worried I was going to say on Tuesday night, LeBron James broke both of his hips. But this is how long he has been playing. When LeBron was a rookie, many of his current opponents were not yet born.
Oh my gosh.
It's absolutely true. He's going to play a team this week that has 7 people on it that were not born in his rookie season. It must be so frustrating for LeBron when those younger players don't understand his Seinfeld-based trash talk references. Like when he goes up to block a dunk and shouts, "No soup for you."
I think I'd already failed out of college twice by LeBron James's rookie season.
Hey, the world is a better place for not catching Seinfeld references.
I mean, it was a show about nothing.
It was a show about horrible people that got way too many people excited about being horrible people.
I mean, I agree with you there. They were not good people. Hi, Just Me, Crystal. Much love. Glad to see you here. Happy Sunday. How goes the No Pants raid train? So, yeah. I'm just saying, I mean, okay, also, LeBron James is playing on the same team as his son. I don't even think Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. actually did that, and that's baseball. Mellow but good. Right on. Right on. Just say it. Like, I just feel kind of really old right now.
That's funny because LeBron is 40, and as a 44-year-old, I would just to say he should probably quit soon because he is about to go through perimenopause.
You know what? Let's just slap some estrogen patches on him and give him another 5 years.
Absolutely.
I hope he stays in the game for as long as possible because as not a sports fan as well, Tracy, he's one of the ones I know.
Yes.
So the longer he sticks around, I can stay relevant.
Yeah.
Right.
It's funny because he's old, but do you know he has like a handshake for every person he has ever met?
Like a different handshake?
Yes, and they're elaborate.
How could up and everybody?
down.
He must have met a lot of people. He's 40 years old.
Yeah, they have a compilation of this on the internet of LeBron giving different handshakes, and the handshakes are like 20, 30 seconds long. So I think he's staving off dementia with these handshakes.
All right, here is your next quote.
Utility freaks are scrambling.
That was New York Magazine talking about news that tariffs may soon result in terrible shortages of fusilli and all Italian what?
Pasta?
Yes, pasta. According to the Wall Street Journal, quote, Italian pasta is poised to disappear, which is also what I say when I sidle up to a big bowl of fettuccine Alfredo. Apparently, this is because there's going to be big tariffs that are going to hit on Italian pasta. We don't know why the U.S. government is messing with the price of pasta. That's traditionally the mafia's job. But the tariff is seen as a present to the American pasta industry, right? Which explains why at the big state dinner this week, the president was seated right next to Chef Boyardee.
What's the Olive Garden going to do? Will the never-ending pasta bowl end?
Well, but they're good old American pasta.
Yeah.
The bottomless.
I love that you thought Olive Garden got their pasta from Italy.
They have a school. They have a school.
They have a school in Italy?
Everything I've ordered from there was made from scratch in Sicily by an Italian grandma, 4th generation, and frozen and put in a pouch and de-thawed and mixed with salt and sadness and served to me on every birthday graduation of my childhood in Roanoke, Virginia.
Yeah.
I fell asleep through that.
Oh, that Olive
I
Garden.
still do that to you.
All right, your last
Well, no
quote
wonder.
is someone commenting on some breakthrough
Oh,
news
no.
in the animal world this week.
Looking forward to watching my grandchildren argue about dogs versus cats versus raccoons someday.
That was in response to a scientific study came out suggesting that raccoons are on their way to becoming what?
Pets?
Domesticated?
Researchers have found that raccoons seem to be evolving towards domestication.
What had you said?
Self-domestication.
Self-domestication.
Dogs
They're
and cats
following
did way back
in
when.
the footsteps of cats.
Yes. Exactly.
So this means you could soon have a raccoon in your inside trash cans. Scientific American reports raccoons that live near humans have evolved floppier ears, shorter snouts, and softer features. Basically, they're getting cuter. Scientists say this means they could soon live alongside us in our homes, while raccoons say,
But here's the thing.
yes, Faith.
They don't say that. And I know that because I live in New York City.
Yeah.
And they are just brazen. They're no longer nocturnal. If I'm running around Central Park in the morning, they're up. They're just looking at me from a trash
Okay,
can.
wait a
They
minute.
don't hiss. They don't even
I'm
care.
just saying, are you sure they're raccoons and not very large rats. wearing a mask?
So you're saying if I eat trash, I'll become adorable?
You could try.
At your age, Zach, it's worth a try.
But I like this idea as a New Yorker because a lot of city people get their noses made cuter.
Yes, that's true.
Right? It's very urban.
Although I don't think that's how it's happening. I don't think the raccoons are looking at each other and going, Phil, did you have work done? Natural.
You know, there's a little Thanksgiving trivia aspect to this.
Oh, please.
Oh, no.
Calvin Coolidge
Yes.
in 1926 was given a raccoon from someone from Mississippi to have for Thanksgiving dinner.
Really?
Yep.
And Calvin Coolidge said, no, it's really cute. And he and his wife named it Rebecca. And Rebecca the raccoon was beloved by Americans for his whole presidency.
There you go.
That's why they say don't look a gift raccoon in the mouth. Mouse.
Talk about
What is it? They're always saying it. You look it up.
whatever. Bill, how did Tracy do in our quiz?
Well, she is middle school perfect. A score she can be proud of.
Congratulations, Tracy. Thank you so much for playing, and thanks for the brave work you do.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, feels so perfect. Sounds like an insult.
Yeah, it does. Middle school perfect. Ain't I a little old for that?
Right now, panel, it is time for you to answer some questions about this week's news. Joyelle, scientists announced this week that we now know it was about 20 million years ago that our most ancient ancestors first did what?
20 million years
About 20
ago,
million, anywhere from like 17 to 20 million years, they think.
set a fire. Set something
No,
ablaze.
this was
Used
before
music?
fire. Oh, this is
Wheels.
This is something that people tend. This is something that a lot of people like to do, say, next to a roaring fire.
Ooh, have sexual relations.
No. Cuddle?
I was about to say you're close, but I don't know if that's the right thing. But I'm gonna give it to you. The answer is kissing.
Oh.
That's a sexual relation.
It is.
Then I gotta up my number. I gotta up my body count.
Yeah. No, according to a pair of suspiciously rumpled scientists coming out of their lab, the very first kiss happened somewhere between 17 and 21 million years ago with some of our distant primate ancestors. Can you imagine what everybody else who was watching that day thought? It was like, oh, come on, you two. Invent a room.
How the heck do they figure that?
What was that?
Nothing from me.
Oh.
Somebody's diary?
Dear diary, Og and I pressed our lips together.
They have an English accent.
Exactly, they do. Well, I mean, not all of them, but I figured a diarist would be pretty sophisticated. Right?
Pardon?
I was doing the literal translation.
No, actually, it's a good question. They did it through genetics tracing. They looked at animals today that kiss, including ourselves and chimps and bonobos, and then they traced certain genetic lineages back through time to figure out like when the first animal might have been that we all descended from that might have had that behavior, and they estimate, again, 17 to 21 million years ago.
Those
Yes.
scientists know we need to cure cancer, right?
Now,
What if the cure's a kiss?
What if the cure's a kiss?
What if the cure's a kiss?
You never know. And this is interesting because the way science works, to do this study, they had to define kissing, right? Since there are other behaviors where mouths might touch. And here's what they came up with, the scientific definition of kissing. Quote, non-aggressive mouth-to-mouth contact that does not involve food transfer, unquote. I just gotta say, not the way I do it.
Oh, man.
I don't know what
Coming
to
up,
say
we'll have
there.
your people talk to my people in our Bluff the Listener
That's
game.
just-
Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to play. We'll be back in a minute with more of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. You lean into, rate us, and enjoy culinary masterpieces to get free premium meals for
Turkeys starting.
This message comes from Naaman of $45.
Ultimate gift for every with free shipping.
I'm Bill Curtis. We are playing this week with Faith Seeley, Joyelle, Nicole Johnson, and Zach Zimmerman. And here again is your host at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much, everybody. Right now, it is time for the Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me Bluff the Listener game. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to play our game in the air. Hi, you are on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, this is Kevin from San Mateo, California.
Yeah, that's great. What do you do there?
I'm a high school history teacher.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Yet another one.
My class
That's like a good
reacts the
college
same
teacher.
way after every lesson.
I know.
What was that?
Let's see if we get a college teacher next.
Either that or elementary school.
I mean,
And
it's,
so
it's
what
going in various directions. There's a possibility for anything.
Right?
And so what kind of history do you teach?
I teach United States history.
Oh, I didn't realize that was still allowed.
Something?
I said, oh dear.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Good answer by Bill or by Peter.
Didn't know that was still allowed. Yeah.
It is.
Oh, good.
There's some good days and bad days. You tread lightly, but yes, it's
All right. Well, Kevin,
an adventure.
It's great to have you, Kevin. You are here to play the game in which you must try to tell truth from fiction. Bill, what is Kevin's topic?
A star is born.
This week, a rising star signed with a big Hollywood agent. That's the huge honor and stepping stone where you give someone 10% of your money in exchange for them maybe at some point returning your phone call. Our panelists are going to tell you who just got representation. Pick the one who's telling the truth. You'll win the Wait Waiter of your choice in your voicemail. You ready to play?
I'm ready. Thank you.
All right, then let's start then.
I think I know
with
this one.
Faith Seeley.
All hail the spurtle. The spurtle is a wooden Scottish kitchen tool dating from the 15th century used to stir porridge. But it's so much more. Unlike the pathetic spatula, the spurtle can scrape, scoop, smash, spread, whisk, but mostly whack. And after a hearty bidding war, the spurtle is the newest star to be signed by CAA. The utensil's modern resurgence began when Andrew Huberman mentioned the spurtle in Hour 5 of his podcast last week. Not only is the tool multi-purpose, it also has a sexy backstory where Scottish wives used their spurtles
Hey,
to
Chris
spank
into
their
386.
husbands.
Good to see ya.
Sexy and a little bad? Watch out, Billy Bob Thornton. If you want to stuff your man's stocking with one, you'd better get on a wait list. Alexander McQueen sold out of its $3,000 Spurtles, and rumor has it that Timothée Chalamet is about to propose to Kylie, not with a ring, but with a golden Spurtle.
The Spurtle is the hot new kitchen utensil of the moment, just signed with CAA.
I just like what it's called.
Your next talent agent tale comes from Zach Zimmerman.
Move over, mozzarella. Get out of here, Gouda. There's a new Italian bombshell rolling onto the red carpet. According to The Hollywood Reporter, talent agency UTA has just signed Parmigiano Reggiano, the next name on everyone's lips and accidentally sprinkled on everyone's laps. The Parmigiano Reggiano Consortium, which regulates the production of the cheese and sounds sort of sinister, signed with the agency to explore product placement opportunities in TV and movies. Imagine if Glinda didn't travel by bubble, but was rolled around in a wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano. Or if when Harry meets Sally at Katz's Deli, the I'll have what she's having was a sensible Caesar salad with Parmigiano Reggiano. The cheese has been made the same way in only 5 regions of Italy for over 1,000 years, which proves true that in Hollywood, to be an overnight success, it takes 1,000 years.
Parmigiano Reggiano, the delicious cheese, has signed.
Yep, that's
with
the one.
UTA. Your last star getting signed comes from Joyelle Nicole
And I
Johnson.
know it because I heard it
Union
on
High
NPR.
School in the diner capital of the world, my home state, New Jersey, has signed with WME. Why? It was one of the main filming locations of shock jock Howard Stern's raunchy feature, Private Parts. Filmed in 1997, the movie's popularity has surged after being name-checked by Mr. Beast, the viral sensation who might be the actual devil. In one of his zany pranks, he locked 2 people in the Private Part school for 3 months. It seemed like a random prank, but yet the video has 50 billion views. This stunt made his fans lock in, and now the high school is a hot spot for niche travelers all over the world. WME saw potential as the perfect location for Anytown, USA period pieces, since in true New Jersey fashion, it hasn't changed its facade since the mid-20th century. If it ain't broke, sign it to an agency. And now the entire summer calendar is booked for filming everything from commercials to movies, with the caveat that the money won't be used to fix the school at all. Sorry, students. Hope you enjoy writing essays on the oldest computers in the world.
All right. Some rising star got an agent this week. Was it from Faith Saley, the Spurtle, the Scottish...
All right. I know that it is B. Straight up. I heard the story on NPR earlier this week on, I think it was on Marketplace. I also know that a Spurtle is a very real thing and have seen its resurgence recently. And personally, I do believe in a Spurtle over a spatula, but that's just me. And there's a part of me that really wants C to be true. And then there's another part of me that really doesn't. Like, really, really doesn't. Because that movie, Private Parts, was not... Nah. Just nah. Not it.
I am taking A because out of all the options, that's the one I like best. Even though we know what it actually is, I'm still taking A.
Okay. Peanut Gallery?
I guess I will follow suit and take B.
All right.
I really don't like the fact that any of them have a specific agent for commercial success that seems too cyberpunk dystopian for an inanimate object to have an agent.
You know? I know. I know.
The worst part is it probably has more rights than I do.
Well, okay, so It's a consortium. It's a conglomerate.
It definitely has more kind of.
Right. According to U.S. law, it's more people than you are. It's more human. There are more people, so it is more human.
I believe a corporation is human when Texas executes one.
Yep.
I love that T-shirt, and I believe it too.
Signing with CAA. From Zach Zimmerman, Parmigiano Reggiano, that, cheese, signing with UTA. Or the High School from Private Parts, which, according to Joyelle, signed with WME. Which of these was the thing that landed an agent in Hollywood this week?
I'm going to have, even though I'm a hearty Gouda man, I'm going to have to pick Zach's Parmesan Reggiano.
You're going to pick Zach's story there of the cheese getting representation. Well, to bring you the correct answer, we spoke to someone familiar with that real newly minted star.
When I go to pizza places, I'll still use shaker Parmesan on my pizza, but Parmigiano Reggiano is the real deal.
Yeah, that was Kelly Freemeyer, general manager and cheesemonger at Beautiful Rind in Chicago, talking about the new star, Parmigiano Reggiano. For further inquiries, please go to their agent at United Talent Agency. Congratulations, Kevin. You got it right. You earned a point for Zach just for telling the truth in a charming way. And you've won our prize, the voice of anyone you might choose on your voicemail. Well done,
I'm
sir.
kind of surprised that Oscar Mayer
Take care.
doesn't have
You too. All the best.
an agent.
One, I don't want makeup on my cheese. It doesn't need an agent. And two, gives a whole new meaning to the green room.
I mean, what do you bring to what do you put in catering for cheese? You got to be very, very careful about that. Here, would you like this charcuterie? Ooh, no.
Charcuterie meat?
You bring in a whole bunch of fondue pots and tell them that it's a spa day.
Either that or you say, you bring on a whole bunch of fondue pots and say, do your job. Just, see, I've got this here. You do your job.
Well, you bring in other cheeses just to prove that they're better.
I love how we're all assuming that Parmigiano Reggiano is a diva.
I mean, hard, flaky, goes on everything, versus, say, mozzarella, which just wants to be melted and loved.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's just remember, cheddar's better.
I mean,
cheddar is too.
I'm a strange duck. I like smoked Munster. That's my favorite.
Ooh, it makes good grilled cheese sandwiches.
Does. So.
My question is, how does Parmesan get this and not like brie?
Is there a brand of brie that pops into your head?
I mean, because I'm shop at the stores and get what's on sale. The first one that comes to mind is El Presidente from Food Lion.
And I rest my case. There are a few, it's one of those cases where the brand is almost as famous as the product. Like Band-Aid. Or Coke. Or Kleenex. You know? While we don't use the name Parmigiano Reggiano, to refer to Parmesan cheese, we all know that logo when we see it. And when we see it, it's like, oh, that's the good stuff. You know, we all know that all Parmesan cheese is trying to be that Parmesan cheese. Now, you know, that may or may not be true, but we have this perception, this brand perception there.
Does this mean it can no longer be called Parmigiano Reggiano unless it's from the Reggiano region?
So it's like champagne.
I think it can only be called Parmigiano Reggiano if it's from the company Reggiano, Parmigiano Reggiano.
Consortium?
I mean,
Yeah.
Cheese
consortium.
Kind of the same difference. All right, so we've got the cheese consortium. We've got the cheese cave. We have the cheese heist.
And I have a theory that cheese has antidepressant qualities.
It does.
I would like to disagree with that.
The only man who can be sad eating a piece of pizza. Even I, who know I will suffer, am happy to eat pizza. What was that?
A pizza is a slightly different case than just cheese.
True.
But overall, I'm going to agree with you and disagree with Peanut Gallery.
All right, back to the game.
And now the game we call Not My Job. For more than 100 years, there has been a store on Houston Street on New York's Lower East Side called Russ and Daughters Appetizers. They sell bagels and smoked fish of every variety and chopped liver and every Jewish delicacy imaginable. Today, the store is owned by two members of the fourth generation of the Russ family who have expanded their business into the internet age, but will never, ever, ever put ham and cheese on a bagel. Niki, Russ, Federman, and John Russ Tupper, welcome to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
I've gone a step worse. I have done worse than ham and cheese on a bagel.
I think they might have been making a joke about kosher.
I have gone worse than ham and cheese on a bagel. I have had ham and cheese on matzah.
So it was a crunchy sandwich. Good to know.
It was crunchy. It was very crunchy, but that is more of an insult than bagel.
I mean, yeah.
My mom walked in, saw that, and said, "What kind of Jew are you?"
A hungry one.
If you guys had roast beef and not sliced ham.
What's a matzah?
Matzah is the unleavened bread that the Jews made to get out of Egypt when they followed Moses. It's like a giant saltine cracker.
Kind of, yeah. Although I have seen flavored versions recently.
I mean, yeah. Of course there are flavored versions of matzah. But ultimately the choice is salted or unsalted. And really that's a question of, do you have good blood pressure or high blood pressure?
Yeah.
You say flavored versions, and the first thing that pops in my mind is there a Mountain Dew or a licorice flavor?
No, but they have tomato and rosemary.
smoky bacon?
I wish. I know that that's not going to be up there, but I wish.
Oh. This is one of those moments when I blame my parents. I never had a bar mitzvah, so you know, I'm not a good Jewish man.
All right, I am going to mute and go back to just typing answers because I've got to go deal with something in the other room.
All right, we'll get back to the game.
Thanks for having us, Peter.
Okay. First things first, I want to get this out of the way because I know you're sensitive about it. Your store sells bagels and lox and chopped liver and cream cheese, but you are not a deli.
That's correct.
Why not, and how do you punish people who call you one?
Well, we work with very sharp knives.
Yes.
So, you want to stay away if you cross us. But we're an appetizing store, and appetizing is the sister food tradition to delicatessen. So if you're thinking of corned beef and pastrami, that's a delicatessen. If you're thinking of bagels and lox, that's appetizing.
Right.
It's a funny word, but it's for delicious food.
I am fairly Jewish, I guess, and I grew up. Growing up, nobody ever said you want to get some appetizing.
But where did you grow up, Peter?
I grew up in New Jersey and in Boston, back and forth.
All right, which is not New York.
It's true.
And appetizing is a classic
Jewish-esque
New York invention.
Okay.
The word comes actually from the Yiddish word Vorspeise, which means
Jew-esque.
appetizers. But probably a Yiddish speaker, someone
I
like
like
our
Jew-esque.
great-grandfather, was trying to translate Vorspeise, and instead of saying appetizers, said appetizing, and that's what stuck.
And Peter, you're Jewish. We call it Jew-ish.
That's right. Jew. I'm not really committed. I'm just sort of Jewish. Yeah, I know. I don't know appetizing. How can I be truly Jew?
Correct.
You mentioned your great-grandfather. Your great-grandfather, the original Russ, he started selling creamed herring from a push cart on the Lower East Side.
He was selling schmaltz herring, which is a salt-cured herring. And at that time, like heavily salted, so you did not need refrigeration and could sell it from a push cart.
So he would go around with a push cart with herring so salted it wouldn't rot, and people bought it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Take my money.
It were tough times, Peter.
I understand.
You have no idea how much I want salt
It was
herring
wrapped in
now.
the newspaper. That's how it came packaged.
In newspaper.
Made it even more delicious. The ink and the,
It's the house that herring built.
Exactly. Do you still sell schmaltz herring in the store?
We do.
Wow.
We do. And actually, Anthony Bourdain, the late, great Anthony Bourdain, who was a dear customer and loved Russ and Daughters deeply, he, of all the things, he once ate his way down our counter.
Right.
Of all the different smoked fish and
I
salmon.
want to do that.
And the thing that he loved the most was the schmaltz herring, which is basically it's kind of like a giant anchovy. It's that kind of intense, salty umami.
Yes.
And
yes.
he said it's so primal, it connects you to your ancestors.
Oh,
so we definitely
yes,
still
I
have
want
it.
that so bad.
You are the fourth generation in the family to own and
Your
operate.
spirit tries to escape your body at the taste of that. Run away.
That's why it's primal. That's why you're contacting your ancestors. You know what, though? All right. Any of this sounds heavenly compared to lutefisk. After eating lutefisk, any fish that isn't that is delicious.
So you're saying that this group of this section of cooking is all based off setting the bar so damn low, so absolutely abysmally low that everything else seems amazing.
I mean, okay, yes. But also, I have always liked, fish. One of my favorite stoner snacks the first time I was failing out of college was Kipper snacks on saltines with easy cheese.
I enjoy fish. I also enjoy a flavor other than salt.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the other part of this is I crave salt. My body needs so much salt that I sat down the other night and crushed an entire can of boiled peanuts and then drank the brine afterwards. Like, I need salt like that. Like,
I enjoy myself some salty food, but anything that I can feel myself desiccating just by being near my lips is a few steps too far.
I need that level of salt. I need to keep that level of salt in my body at most times. And goldfish. I've never actually eaten goldfish. I mean, the fish, not the cracker. But I'd be willing to try it. It's all right to eat fish because they don't have any feelings. What?
You would disagree.
Maybe. And in fact, I'd say, Kurt Cobain isn't to be trusted. He did claim he didn't have a gun.
What?
All right, so It's Okay to Eat Fish, They Don't Have Any Feelings was from a B-side from Nevermind.
What?
The Nirvana album, Nevermind. On a B-side, one of the B-sides, was it had the lines, it's okay to eat fish because they don't have any feelings. And on that album, on that same album, I think it was on the song Nevermind, he's saying, and I swear I don't have a gun. And I don't believe him.
Why? Don't expect me to know much about Nirvana, because I
So you know that Courtney Cobain, huh? Kurt Cobain.
They came out while I was in high school and I hated them.
Fair enough. I mean, it's pretty big. It was a pretty big deal how that ended, though, right? You get that.
Oh, yes, I'm aware of that one, but the whole...
That's where we don't believe you. And I swear I don't have a gun. We don't believe you.
No, the fish don't have feelings and saying it came from Nevermind. I have no clue what you're talking about. That's why you had to explain it.
Wow, that's... That fish looks awfully happy to be flavor blasted.
It was definitely blasted.
The pretzel ones. I like the pretzel goldfish because they have extra salt on them. I will, at the bottom of a bag of pretzels, just eat the salt. This is all because of the cystic fibrosis and the fact that I'm constantly losing my salt. I just shed salt like that. And without it, without the electrolytes, without the salt, I don't hang on to water. So if I don't eat salt like that, I dehydrate. So that's why the unnatural level of need for salt. And that's why salt fish Tastes more like fish to me than salt. So, did you know Courtney Love was trying to sell the house that they had together? She was having trouble because one of the rooms still smells like Teen Spirit.
Oh, so that's who Courtney Love is. Okay.
Oh, God. These jokes are just landing flat with you. I love it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not enlightened. I stayed away from Nirvana.
It's Oak. Oh, that took longer than it should have to get for me to get. It's okay. You know, it's okay. I forgive you. I get that not everything is for everybody musically, and I get that you weren't into them. So a lot of the deeper references are going to be lost on you. Were you not into grunge on the whole, or was it just Nirvana?
Anything that was using distortion to either cover up for the fact that they couldn't play, or as their entire form of music, and anything that
So what you...
As I was saying, you couldn't understand them because they were deep throating the mic.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of scream metal for the same reason.
Okay, I get that.
Overall, the musical genre, there's definitely good parts to it.
Okay.
But when you are purposely ruining the parts that are meant to be understood,
okay, I get that. I do make a counterpoint in that, and this is specifically about Nirvana, not about the grunge genre in the whole, but Kurt Cobain was specifically making a choice to take something that could have been pop music and make it inaccessible, make it sloppy, make it appear lazy.
I can appreciate that as far as an artist goes.
Yeah.
I do not appreciate the product.
And that's
I
completely...
appreciate the attempt and the reason.
It's sort of like Jackson Pollock's paintings, you know?
Or Andy
Warhol's. You can appreciate that they're achieving their goal, and that goal just does not land with you. And I should say I can appreciate that too. I get that. Like, there are artists who I respect, just don't really like.
Yeah. One of the biggest problems is you were saying that they're specifically trying to make it so that it is a takedown of the pop genre, or a takedown of trying so hard to have a specific sound.
I wouldn't say it's a takedown of. I wouldn't say takedown of. Like, I think it's more of a subversion.
A subversion or commentary of. But when the vast majority of people who enjoy this to the point of fanaticism and do not have that viewpoint at all, they believe that it is objectively good without any qualifiers. and refuse to believe anybody else's opinion is correct or possibly can be, that is an extreme turnoff.
That's fair. That's fair. I think once you start getting into that, you have to look at who the grunge bunnies were. You know, what put us in the position where, to us, that was an important artistic statement. And a lot of that had to do with being summarily disenfranchised by anything mainstream.
Except for it was the mainstream.
No.
It definitely became mainstream.
We were never mainstream. There was a period of time where grunge was at its apex, and they were rock stars, but it was never mainstream, and it could never maintain. There was an understanding that
in the microcosm of high school, especially a boarding school, it was the mainstream.
Okay. And okay. I gotta realize I went to high school at a different time than you.
Not really.
There was no point in my high school career where grunge was mainstream. No point. Not in any of the high schools that I had anything to do with.
Didn't go to high school at a different time. You went to high school at a different area.
Okay. Okay. I would argue that a lot of us. Ooh. I would argue that a lot of the grunge bunnies. Well, I don't know. I can't argue that. What I will say is that
all this being said, I realize that I have to state my distaste and nominal rage in the fact that it was created in my own specific microcosm. It is not anybody else's experience. And I have to remind myself to say that.
Yeah. It certainly weren't cool around here. It was something that was... Now, by the time I got out of high school, it was a lot more prevalent. You know, by the year after I graduated, it was spreading to mainstream a bit more. But then that was with more with nu metal. Grunge was starting to sort of, the grunge movement had sort of started to die out and moving into nu metal. So, but it was, in my experience, it was as difficult being from grunge to boy bands. it was as difficult being a grunge bunny as it was about to be being a goth. I think no matter what subculture I've been moving in or what music has been dominating my listening, it's always been, there's always an added, pressure of being from the outside for me. No matter what the subculture, I'm still outside of it. Even when the subculture is as simple as listen to this music and like it and you're in, as it is with goth and kind of grunge. It's still been, the personal experience has been as an outsider. So
I would love to continue this conversation, truly. You have a show.
We have a show to finish. You are correct.
I do not mean to be cutting you off.
No. Thank you for reining me in. I was just rambling at that point.
But you're relatively young, and as you said, your customers, some of them must be very elderly. Your store's been there for a long time. Do they ever give you a hard time? Like, what are you doing? That's not how you do that here. That's not how you slice a schmaltz herring. Let me show you.
Yes. Our customers, for, if someone that's been shopping there for 60 years, longer than I'm alive, have a lot to say about how we're doing things. We have created the most difficult customers in the world, I like to say. For better or for worse.
Have they ever given you any good wisdom to chew on?
I'm sure they have.
I'm just, of course, every stereotype of elderly Jews is running to my head. It's like, here's a tip for you. This is cheaper across the street. For those who haven't been to the original store,
Peter.
It's a small store. It's long. It's narrow. There's a very long line, right? And so when you get to the front, you don't want to waste time, right? So can you guys tell me the appropriate way to order your bagel or your sliced fish like a professional?
Know what you want ahead of time.
Yeah.
You can ask for a taste of one kind of salmon, but don't ask for 3 or 4.
Okay.
Look at the bagels and know what kind of bagel you want, so we don't have to say poppy, plain, sesame, onion, everything, whole wheat, pumpernickel, and go through the whole list.
Right.
This is how we would like people to order. But the true professional is the 85-year-old man or woman that comes in and says, give me a taste of every single type of salmon. And can I get a taste of a bagel? And then they walk out.
One last question. Obvious idea for you guys. You go to Dunkin' Donuts, they got your donuts, you got your donut holes. I've never been to an appetizing where they have bagels and bagel holes. Why not?
That's very funny. We just taught a bagel class with a bunch of people, and we were rolling bagels by hand and showing people how to roll bagels by hand. And then there are all these misshapen, funny bagels that people rolled by hands. And then there was this little ball. And I was like, who made this one? And this woman raised her hand. I was like, what is this, a bagel hole? We have never tried it, but I think that might be being baked right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, you have to split the royalties between that lady and me.
Innovation comes to Russ and Daughters once every 100 years.
Exactly, and it's due. Well, Niki and Josh, it is a pleasure to kibitz with you about bagels and such, but we have asked you here to play a game we're calling
Lox Meet Lux.
You are both famous experts in picking out the most delicious lox, so we're going to ask you about an expert in picking the other kind of lox. That would be Harry Houdini. Answer 2 to 3 questions right, and you will win our prize for one of our listeners, any voice they might choose for their voicemail. Bill, who are Niki and Josh playing for?
Ben Rill of Boston, Massachusetts.
All right.
Well, I'm glad
Harry
he's from
Houdini.
Boston. It won't feel so bad if we lose.
There you are.
Shots fired.
Here's your first question. You were allowed to collaborate or argue, depending on how you get along. Houdini was, of course, the world's most famous escape artist, and he escaped from many unusual places during his career, including which of these? A, the belly of a whale, B, a working furnace, or C, a really awkward dinner party?
I would say it's a working furnace.
B? I agree.
So you're thinking the working furnace that's on fire, he gets thrown in. No, it was the belly of a whale. What? A whale washed up on a shore in Boston, and a bunch of rich businessmen, including a taxidermist, carried it to Houdini's theater and said, try to get out of that. And he did. All right.
And then he went back to Nineveh to preach the gospel.
He did. Two more questions. Houdini actually challenged the public to come up with things for him to escape from. And it got dangerous. He almost died when he accepted one challenge to escape from a barrel filled with what? A, beer, B, bees, or C, styrofoam peanuts?
I would say beer.
So what do you think, Nikki? Do you agree it's beer?
I'll go. In
styrofoam
Unity,
peanuts.
I'll stick with.
We have a better chance. Like, I think if we pick two.
What do you guys think?
Beer.
Beer? Cat's muted.
Right? We could still win.
So are you going to agree that it's beer?
Yes.
It is beer. Very good. Yes.
Right.
He didn't drink.
It sounded too obvious.
So he swallowed some. That was a problem. And the carbon dioxide made it hard to breathe. And, well, basically, he almost suffocated. But he got out. Your last question, if you get this right, you win. Houdini once sued a police officer who said that he bribed people to fake his escapes, right? Oh, he's not going to stand for that. So he sued, and he won his case by opening the judge's safe in the middle of the courtroom. Ta-da! He later revealed he pulled off this trick. How? A, Houdini had the exact same model of safe at home. B, he had a friend look up the judge's wife's birthday ahead of time so he could figure out the combination. Or C, the safe wasn't locked to begin with.
C.
Here you go. Thank you. What do you got?
Put it on me. I think it's the wife's birthday because I'm really bad about coming up with good passwords. I also shouldn't be telling this to
Russ and daughter.
Okay.
Password 1.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't locked.
You think it wasn't locked. So, Nikki, you're going to go for the wife's birthday to presumably guess the combination.
Yeah, let's divide and conquer on this
Very
one.
good. Actually, it turns out that Josh was right. It wasn't locked. They brought out the safe. He said, ta-da, and he opened it up. Won the case. Everybody was amazed, and Houdini later revealed, actually, it wasn't even locked. There you go. Bill, how did Nikki and Josh do in our quiz?
2 out of 3. That means you're a winner. We'll pay you in bagels.
Had that problem.
Yes.
What?
As adventuring parties, how many times have we had that problem?
Way too many. I'm gonna pick the lock.
It's trapped. It's not trapped. I didn't roll very well. I'm gonna check again. It's not trapped. Okay, I picked the lock. It's open.
Yeah. And I mean, like, we're to the point where we do it on doors that shouldn't be locked or trapped. D&D players, I think it's of a certain age, are like this. I don't think that the DMs are near as bad as they used to be.
No, now everybody just thinks it's a mimic.
Yeah. Mimics are the new trapped and locked.
Yes.
Coles to Newcastle. Oh, and by the way, before we let you go, Niki, what is your birthday? Niki Russ Federman and Josh Russ Tupper are the owners of Russ and Daughters, the legendary store in New York, and two of the authors of Russ and Daughters, 100 Years of Appetizing, a New Cookbook. Niki Russ Federman and Josh Russ Tupper, thank you so much for joining us on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. It's such a pleasure to talk to you. I look forward to coming by the next time and taking my number. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
In just a minute, what a tangled web we weave in our Listener Limerick Challenge game. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to join us in the air. We'll be back in a minute with more of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR. No monthly bills or offer for years.
Warby Parker, the one.
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis. We are playing this week with Faith Seeley, Zach Zimmerman, and Joyelle Nicole Johnson. And here again, as your host at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, Illinois, is Peter Sagal.
Thank you so much, Bill. Thank you, everybody. In just a minute, Bill is named Poet Laureate of our show in the Listener Limerick Challenge game. If you'd like to play, give us a call at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Right now, panel, some more questions for you from the week's news. Joyelle, we have bodybuilding competitions, right? We have CrossFit tournaments, World's Strongest Man tournaments. The latest thing in contests is to test the strength of what?
Like a bike seat.
No. I'm sorry. Out of the universe of things that the answer could be to test the strength of, you chose a bicycle seat?
Listen, bicycle seats are racist and sexist. I will say this. They are not for a black woman's butt, okay? I need a new bicycle seat. Bicycle seat, final answer.
I'd say it was right if I was you, Peter.
No, you're right. Yeah, bicycle seats. No, I'll give you a hint. Oh, he's yippy, but he's a dynamo.
Dogs?
Yeah, little tiny dogs.
The strength of a dog?
The strength of chihuahuas.
What do you box them?
Like box them up?
Or how you find out you put like weights on them?
Sort of, kinda. This is the 10 pounds and under division of the North American Weight Pull Association Championships. Top chihuahuas can pull over 50 times their own body weight.
Whoa.
That is the equivalent of an adult male also doing something he really shouldn't be doing.
Is Peter aware of this? Because that sounds like they would be upset.
Do these chihuahuas want to do this?
Apparently, they're enthusiastic. I mean, all dogs want to work, right? I mean, it does seem like the kind of thing you do for dogs in the Iditarod, and it's so cool to see chihuahuas doing it.
What was that?
I said it's a chihuahua.
What is 50 times the weight of a chihuahua? It's still not that much.
2 pounds?
A turkey?
1 billionth of its ego?
1 billionth of its ego. That's why they can do it.
Usually, they're the sort of thing that is fed to the dogs in the Iditarod. Zach, I have a question for you. Zach, just weeks after the famous heist at the Louvre Museum, the museum suffered another embarrassment this week as two men managed to get inside and do what?
It wouldn't have been a robbery.
No, in many ways, it was the opposite of a robbery.
A gift.
Yes, they actually broke into the Louvre to hang up one of their own paintings. And not only that, but they hung it in the same room with the Mona Lisa. So these two Belgian pranksters managed to sneak a framed self-portrait of the two of them into the museum, and they hung it next to the Da Vinci masterpiece. Staff knew that something had to be wrong when they noticed people leaving the Mona Lisa room not looking disappointed.
Damn, Leo catching strays.
Anyway, the painting was up on the wall for less than 3 minutes before security noticed what was going on and sent a team to take it down. And while they were doing that, a second pair of people managed to steal another $100 million worth of jewelry. Zach, this week we learned about a new clothing line that the fashion world is obsessed with. It's a collection of knitwear made exclusively from the wool of sheep, which are what?
The wool of sheep, which are boys.
They are boys, all of them.
Gay sheep.
They are, in fact, gay sheep.
Wow. This feels like are these randomly assigned? This feels quite targeted, I might say. And that's in bad taste.
It turns out sheep, just like humans, do gay stuff a bunch. And to celebrate this, a fashion designer and the app Grindr teamed. I was going to call it a dating app. Is that right?
It's a meditation app.
Yeah. Yeah.
Considering.
They teamed up to debut a 37-piece knitwear collection made exclusively from the wool of gay rams.
I love the casting call. All right, let's see what you got. Never mind. How do you confirm that they're gay? Are they self-identifying?
Well, one is wearing a Native American headdress. One is wearing a mustache and looks like a police officer.
So basically, the way it works is any given flock of sheep has a lot of ewes, but not many rams, and sometimes the rams just aren't interested. They call them confirmed bachelors. You started it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Everybody sit down. There's no reason to clap so loudly for that. Please. A standing ovation. You're too kind to Peter.
Coming up, it's Lightning Fill in the Blank, but first it's the game where you have to listen for the rhyme. If you'd like to play on air, call or leave a message at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. You can see us most weeks right here at the Studebaker Theater in downtown Chicago, or please catch us on the road. We'll be in Phoenix, Arizona on December 4th. For tickets and information about all our live events, go to nprpresents.org. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, this is Emma, and I'm calling from Syracuse, New York.
Syracuse is a lovely place upstate.
Yes, very snowy.
I ask with some anticipation, what do you do there?
I am an orchestra teacher for elementary
Teachers!
Yay! You said you teach orchestra in middle school?
Yes, in elementary.
Oh,
so
wow.
the very beginners up until they get to high school.
You are
there
the
we
most
go.
patient
We've got
soul
all of.
alive.
We've got
Do
all
you have
of
to practice not cringing?
mandatory schooling.
My poker face is very good.
I bet.
I bet. Well, Emma, welcome to the show. Bill Curtis is going to read you 3 news-related limericks with a last word or phrase missing from each. If you can fill in that last word or phrase correctly on 2 of the limericks, you'll be a winner. You ready to go?
I sure am.
Here is your first limerick.
What was that?
I said, can you pause for a moment? I need to refresh.
Yes, I can pause for a moment.
Yeah.
All right. As I just sit here awkwardly in silence. Actually, let's take a quick look at what Maddie dropped in the chat there. This looked interesting. Top MAGA influencers accidentally unmasked as foreign trolls. A new feature on Elon Musk's X has given deeper insight into the online America First movement.
What's this? The billionaires accidentally telling the truth again, like having their own bots called cheese.
Yeah, it seems like that. Elon Musk's social media site X has rolled out a new feature in an effort to increase temporary transparency and unwittingly revealed that many of the site's top MAGA influencers are actually foreign actors. The new About This Account feature, which became available to X users on Friday, allows others to see where an account is based and when they join the platform, how often they have changed their username, and how they downloaded the X app. Upon rollout, rival factions began to inspect just where their online adversaries were really based on the combative social platform, with dozens of major MAGA and right-wing influencer accounts revealed to be based overseas. I feel like this one really does deserve the fun voice. This is easily one of the greatest days on this platform, wrote Democratic influencer Harry Sisson. Seeing all of these mega accounts get exposed as foreign actors trying to destroy the United States is complete vindication of Democrats like myself and many on here who have been warning about this. Dozens of major accounts masquerading as America First or MAGA proponents have been identified as originating in places such as Russia, India, and Nigeria. One example, the account MAGA Nation X, with nearly 400,000 followers and a bio reading Patriot Voice for We the People, is actually based in Eastern Europe.
Wait, you mean my long-lost cousin who's been trying to get me some money is doing stuff on X? The Nigerian prince?
Probably. All right. Although an Ivanka Trump fan account being from Nigeria, I mean, okay, yeah, that's a little. I was gonna say, if that was in Eastern Europe, that would have been like, okay, but yeah, that tracks. I do have a moment of wondering whether, this really should matter. It should make a difference. It is, I mean, for a lot of us, it was what we knew, but it wasn't, confirmed. And now that it's confirmed that what we knew is true and we're not crazy, it should be a big deal. But I wonder if it's gonna be. I wonder if it's really gonna matter all that much. I don't know. I don't know if in an immediate sense it's going to raise the media literacy of this nation. I think that a feature like that may have a longer term effect and be more used to more advantage in the future as people with some already standing level of media literacy start start using it. I think that's I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to be useful to people who have some amount of media literacy. I don't know that it's going to be used to raise the number of people who have media literacy. Yeah. That's my take.
people who this most directly affects are the people who will deny it.
Right. Yep. Thank you for being succinct. Thank you for distilling what I was trying to say. I appreciate that. All right, are we ready to get back to the game?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Silky strands flutter and ebb. Its makers are spider celebs. This underground cave is an insect
spiderweb.
mass grave. We've just found the world's largest
web.
Communal spider web.
Scientists have discovered the biggest spider web of all time. And no, it is in a cave in Europe. It is not the one you just walked into in your garage. It's massive. It covers more than 1,000 square feet. It has a 3-car garage and an open concept kitchen.
Do they know how many spiders made it?
Tens of thousands.
Oh my gosh.
Spiders
2
are down
separate
there.
species.
And what I'm thinking about is like, so you got tens of thousands.
All right. 2 separate species of spider. And both of these species of spiders are not communal natured species. But the way this happened is these species aren't communal in light. In the darkness, they have no problem working together. They have no problem being communal.
Oh, someone goes in there with a flashlight, and all of a sudden it tears itself apart as they're all looking at their neighbors and going, "Are you ugly?"
Yeah, it does have a bit of bar culture to it. I don't know if a flashlight is enough light to do it. I think it has to simulate daylight conditions. I don't know why. I don't know what the mechanism is, but apparently the way they found out is they knew that these species were combative. And so what they did was they simulated cave conditions, started by just turning out the lights, and they saw that they stopped being combative. And they're like, oh, there's the answer. It's
You know what it is? Give them all sunglasses and they'll get along with everybody. Their eyes are too sensitive.
That's, you know what? I believe it. I believe it. They're just angry because they're in pain.
He said about so many things.
So they're goblin spiders who can't handle the bright lights.
What was that?
Goblin spiders can't handle the bright light.
Yes. Yes.
Make a big web. Like, how many flies do they expect ever to be dumb enough to go down there, right?
Yeah.
Did it say some, really, really? That is some pig.
Here is your next limerick.
This king of the beasts and his scion.
What was that?
They're writing out War and Peace.
Nice.
Might take fingers or hands.
Yeah.
Did it say some, really, really? That is some pig.
Here is your next limerick.
This king of the beasts and his scion might take fingers or hands as a buy-in. This feline cafe has large beasts of prey.
Lion.
Grab a
yeah.
snack and try petting a
Lion.
Yes, a lion. For anyone who loves a cat cafe but feels they lack an element of danger, there's a new lion cafe in China. For just $150, guests are invited to eat and drink while cuddling up with lions. You get a 4-course
now we
meal
know
complete
how
with
I'm
drink
gonna
pairings.
die.
Bad news, you are the 4th course.
Are they sedated?
No.
What the heck?
Now they are.
Mrs. Tolstoy did that 6 times by hand, and I'm guessing not pet a lion. No, she copied out War and Peace 6 times by hand. I believe that. It was written before there were... I don't think there were typewriters. If there were, there weren't a lot of them in Russia. So, and of course, Tolstoy wasn't going to do it. So, yep. Ginger Rogers, backwards in heels. I mean, it's just, for all of history's great men, pretty much like all of the great writers, there was probably a woman who was doing a lot of labor. Just unbelievable amounts of labor directly related to what he was doing, what the guy was doing. And sometimes, more than sometimes, in a lot of cases, a lot of that labor included thinking, being the one to come up with the ideas. I don't know if that's true in Tolstoy's case. I don't know Tolstoy's works enough to do that, to know that, but a Ginger Rogers is just a Roy Rogers with booze. I like that. It's commonly known in science and academics. Yes, it is. It is a commonly known thing. Yeah. All right. We're so close to the end of the game. Let's power through, folks.
Our lion
we got
cubs.
this.
Little baby lions. Right. The only real danger, let's be honest, is like too many people picking up the damn thing, holding it up, and start singing the song from The Lion King.
Sing it.
No.
Absolutely not.
Nah. All right.
All right, here is your last limerick.
See, Sam, my best friend, just go flutter by. Don't sigh, roll your eyes, and then mutter, why? Does he go really far, or just to a bar? I am tracking my personal
butterfly.
Fly?
A kind of fly rhymes with flutter by.
Oh, butterfly.
Butterfly, yes.
Yeah.
We can now track individual monarch butterflies as they migrate thousands of miles to
mighty
and
monarch.
from Mexico. Scientists are able to do this thanks to tiny, tiny little sensors, each about the size of 3 grains of rice, that can be attached to the butterfly. Best part, all of this information from these thousands of butterflies as they fly is available in real time to any of us via an app So if you have a special monarch in your life, you can find out if it's cheating on you.
Let's get
I
engaged.
wanted to
Here's
say
a butterfly
barfly,
that I want you to
but no.
keep on you at all times.
Bill, how did Emma do on our quiz?
Emma orchestrated that perfectly. 3 in a row. What a
Well
win.
done, Emma. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thanks for playing.
Support for this podcast.
I kind of like the idea of tracking a barfly, though. Like, we've tagged your local barflies, and now you can track which bars they go to.
So you can know just as easily as they do which bar you can get drunk at for the cheapest.
Or which barfly to worry about being alone with because of the reputations of certain bars. There are some really scummy, sleazy, skeezy, cover your drink kind of bars in Charlottesville. There are bars in Charlottesville where you don't drink from it unless you saw the bartender open the bottle. Like, they go on bug crawls. Cute. There is, I still maintain that there is a very unhealthy, dark, and dangerous underbelly to Charlottesville. And it is based around some of the downtown bar scene. And some of the University Corner bar scene, too. So. But on to lighter things. I'm sure some cities have delightful barflies. Also, wouldn't track a barfly just be called house arrest?
And the following message come from Recorded Future. Every day, millions of cyber threats spotting the signals that others miss and acting.
Testing the testing until it results in not just one truck, but a whole lineup. The GMC Sierra lineup, featuring the Sierra 15.
We have arrived at our final game, Lightning Fill in the Blank. Each of our players will have 60 seconds in which to answer as many fill in the blank questions as they can. Each correct answer now worth 2 points. Bill, can you give us the scores?
Faith has 2, Joyelle and Zach each have 3.
Okay. So, Faith, you are in second place. That means you're up first. The clock will start when I begin your first question. Fill in the blank. On Wednesday, President Trump signed a bill to release all the blank files.
Epstein.
Right. On Monday, the UN Security Council adopted the U.S.'s peace plan for blank.
Gaza.
Right. This week, the White House hosted a lavish state visit for the Crown Prince of blank.
Saudi Arabia.
Right. On Monday, the new Prime Minister of blank said she only sleeps 2 hours a night.
New Zealand?
No, Japan. This week, a man in China who cryogenically froze his wife in 2017 has announced blank.
Oh, that he's in love with somebody new.
Yes, he is. And people are mad. According to health experts, a new variant means the U.S. is in for a severe blank season.
Flu.
Right.
Flu.
On Tuesday, it was announced that after 40 years, Cher would once again be the musical guest on blank.
SNL.
Again?
Yes.
On the Sonny and Cher show?
No. If I could turn back time. Saturday Night Live. This week, a man in France took a wrong turn on the way to the doctor and ended up in blank.
Ended up in bed with Emmanuel Macron and his wife, Brigitte.
Nice. No, after that. He ended up in Croatia. This man in France had just a 12-minute drive to his doctor, but apparently made the mistake of listening to his GPS and instead drove over 900 miles and through 2 countries, ending up in Croatia. See, this is what you get when you ask Google Maps to find you colonoscopies nowhere near me.
Said avoid tolls.
Albuquerque. That's what I was trying to come up with.
And avoid Croatia. Bill, how did Faith do in our quiz?
5 right. 10 more points. Total of 12 puts her in the lead.
Zach, you are up next. Here we go. Fill in the blank. On Thursday, people gathered in Washington, D.C. for the funeral of former Vice President blank.
Dick Cheney.
Right.
Dick
On
Cheney.
Wednesday, Trump's prosecuting attorney admitted that the full grand jury did not see the final indictment against blank.
Comey.
Right.
James
Despite the
Comey.
lack of evidence, the CDC's website now says there may be a link between vaccines and blank.
Autism.
Right. This week, the group behind the Academy Awards sent out a note reminding voters to please blank before voting.
Watch the movies.
Exactly. This week, the second blank movie set box office records.
Oh, Wicked, for
Right.
good.
On Monday, Vogue announced that costume art would be the theme of the 2026 blank gala.
Met.
Right.
Met.
A toy company pulled its AI-powered talking teddy bear from shelves after researchers discovered it could tell children how to blank.
Transfer food
No.
between their mouths.
No, they found that this AI-powered talking teddy bear would tell children how to find knives.
Oh my God.
For me, the problem isn't that Kuma the teddy bear told kids, quote, you can find knives in a kitchen drawer or a knife block on a countertop. It's that he followed it up with, you can hide knives in the river after you've done what must be done.
I'm more worried that the
Bill, how
teddy
did
bear
Zach do
knows
on
how to
Zach is
find
hot. 6 right.
knives.
12 more points.
Ooh, very good.
15 is the total.
Not
And how
okay.
many then does Joyelle need to win?
6 to tie, 7 to win.
Let's go.
Let's
We know how
go.
good I am at this.
There we go, Joyelle.
Yeah.
What was that?
Open source training, too much random, non-filtered information.
Yep. And apparently, teddy bears with knives is a thing that they now understand. Don't go out into the woods today. It's the day the teddy bears have their picnic.
I look forward to this every time. Fill in the blank, Joyelle. On Thursday, meetings began in Kyiv aimed at ending the war in blank.
I don't know where Keys is.
Ukraine.
It's in Ukraine.
Cool.
Ukraine. This week, the White House rolled back Biden-era protections for blanks and their habitats.
Blanks?
Blanks and their habitats.
Chimpanzees.
No, endangered species. There aren't any of them here. Over 200 people have been arrested since blank raids began in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ice.
Right. After they couldn't resolve a years-long custody dispute, a judge in Delaware made a divorced couple blank.
Get divorced again.
Married?
No, made them bid on their beloved golden doodle. On Monday, Novo Nordisk announced it was lowering the price for weight loss drug blank.
Ozempic.
Right. According to a new study, Moss survived for 9 months in blank.
Ozempic needles.
No, in space. This week, everyone is okay after a man pulled out a gun during an argument about blank.
Russ and daughter's bagels.
Oh, you'd think. No, about how many eggs a chicken can lay in a day.
That would have been my second
We don't
guess.
know why this group of friends at a bar in Florida started arguing over the breeding habits of
In
chickens, but we do
Florida.
know one of the friends took the argument very seriously. That's got to be an awkward moment in the group chat the next morning. Man, I
Yep.
was so drunk
Even-
last night.
yep.
I didn't start a fight about chickens and then pull a gun again, right?
Yay! How'd I do, Bill?
Not very well. But you're on our team, Joyelle. You got 2 right, 4 more points, 7 total. And that means Zach is this week's champ.
In just a minute, we're going to ask our panelists to predict after raccoons what will be the next new family pet. But first, let me tell you all, Wait, Don't Tell Me is a production of NPR and WBEZ Chicago in association with Urgent Haircut Productions' Doug Berman, Benevolent Overlord. Philip Gotica writes our limericks. Our public address announcer is Paul Friedman. Our tour manager is Shayna Donald. And thanks to the staff and crew at the Studebaker Theater. BJ Liederman composed our theme. Our program is produced by Jennifer Mills, Miles Dornbos, and Lillian King. Special thanks to Blythe Robertson and Monica Hickey. Peter Gwynn is our Gleep. Emma Choi is our visual gleep. Technical direction is from Lorna White. Our CFO is Colin Miller. Our production manager is Robert Newhouse. Our senior producer is Ian Chillock. And the executive producer of Wait, Don't Tell Me is Mike Danforth. Now, panel, what will be the next pet we welcome into our homes? Joyelle Nicole Johnson.
After abandoning the MAGA movement, Marjorie Taylor Greene is in search for a forever home.
Yes.
Zach Zimmerman.
The new pet on the scene is going to be the female mayfly, which can live for 5 minutes, the amount of time a child can take care of a pet.
And Faith Saley.
Rats in New York have gotten so big, we're just gonna invite them inside, put a sweater on them, and call them capybaras.
If any of that happens, panel, we'll ask you about it here on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you, Bill Curtis. Thanks also to Joyelle Nicole Johnson, Zach Zimmerman, and Faith Saley. Thanks to our fabulous audience here at the Studebaker Theater in beautiful downtown Chicago, Illinois. Thanks to all of you for listening, wherever you are. I'm Peter Sagal. We'll see you next week.
Bring.
This is NPR.
Is NPR.
This message comes.
All right. Well, so the scores are me woefully behind with 25. And Chaotic Techno Wizard, a.k.a. the Peanut Gallery, taking a commanding lead with 30. I just was not on it with the bonus round this week, man. So, thank you everyone for being here. That has been our show today. Don't forget to stick around for the raid. We are going to be raiding out to the Sunday No Pants Raid train. Let us see who is going. It is currently DJ Margarita Mel, I believe. I believe. We will see. But yes, we will be raiding out to the Sunday No Pants Raid train. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Maddie Holmes. Thank you, man. Okay, there we go. I am having lag issues all of a sudden. Arnalda, thank you. Thank you to Just Me Crystal. Thank you, Chris, into 386. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, all you lurkers. Much love. And we will see you guys next time. As they say around here, 2 up, 2 down, VA, double deuces. We're out, y'all. Last chance for peace.